Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy. Today I wanted to do the mid-year freakout tag. I saw a couple of booktubers do it and it looks really fun. I didn't do it last year because I was just sort of getting into BookTube last year, so I didn't feel like it was my time to do it, my place. I don't know. I didn't feel like I had enough books to really, you know, do the tag for, because I think I had just started BookTube. But anyway, I'm gonna do it today. But I thought I would do it a little bit different than my normal, like sit down and have the books already out and ready to present to you. I thought we'd just kind of do it on a whim and see how it goes. It's probably gonna be a fail. And maybe refilming this, I don't know, but I felt like trying it out. We'll see how it goes. You never know. Okay, so there's 15 questions. All right, I'm nervous. Not having the books ready makes me super nervous. Okay, let's see how this goes. All right, question number 1. Best book you've read so far in 2020. There's so many. I mean, okay. I have 2 right here. Sundown Motel by Simone St. James and All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood. These 2, this is a more recent read and I really enjoyed it. I think I might have enjoyed it a little bit more than Broken Girls, which is odd because everyone else was saying they rathered Broken Girls over the Sundown Motel, but this one had a lot more paranormal aspect to it, and I love a good haunted something and ghost everywhere, and that's what this was. This was a haunted motel, had ghosts all over the place, things happening. She was hearing things, seeing things. It was, in my book, it was A+. And this one was just all around just good, beautiful read. And I think this is so far for 2020 the best for me in that category, I guess. And like just contemporary fiction category, it had like an unforbidden romance. It was just beautiful. It's a beautiful story and I loved it. And maybe just to kind of give roundabout genre situation, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know why I said that, but anyway, we got a contemporary fiction, maybe like a mystery haunted thriller. As far as like psychological thriller goes, I'd have to say for me it's Behind Her Eyes, because the ending of this book just blew me away. The whole rest of the book was really good and it had me and I was really enjoying it, but when we got to the end, I was just blown away, and I'm still to this day thinking about this book. I don't know how many months ago it's been since I've read this, but I'm still thinking about this ending and still loving it. I think my camera's crooked. There we go. Okay. More of a, I wouldn't say this is a cozy mystery, but this is not your typical psychological thriller type of thing. This is just like a just a good fun mystery, and that for me is A Bad Day for Sunshine by Dorinda Jones. This is the first book in one of her new series. It came out just this year and I really loved it. I loved her Charlie Davidson series so much. That's more of a, it's also more of like a fantasy paranormal type series, but it's really good. So when I saw she was coming out with another series, like a mystery series, I definitely wanted to check it out and I was not disappointed. I absolutely loved it. And I feel like I want to give you something in like male romance as far as my best so far for 2020. I think I'm gonna go with Virgin Flyer for that by Lucy Lennox. That, I still think about that, the beginning of that book especially. I mean, it just, I mean, that's a way to write the beginning of a book. I loved it, and like I said, I still think about it. I talk about it. I've referred it to my sister-in-law and she loved it. It's just a really good storyline. Like I said, the beginning of that book was just, oh my gosh, it was beyond sexy, beyond sexy. All right, that was a lot for question number 1. Let's see what question number 2 is. Best sequel you've read so far in 2020. Okay, so for this, the only thing I know I've read as far as sequel goes is in the male romance genre. And I have to say my favorite one is from Serena Bowen. It's the Hello Forever, and I think Hello Forever is the second book. Goodbye Paradise is the first book. Both those two stories were phenomenal. I absolutely loved them. Highly recommend it. It's just 2 books. So yes, I'm gonna have to go with that series, but I have read a couple other series as far as Male romances go, but that one just stands out, and I know I gave it a 5-star, so I'm gonna go with Hello Forever by Serena Bowen. Question number 3. New release you haven't read yet but want to. Oh, that's super simple. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I am so looking forward to reading this. In fact, it's probably going to be in my July TBR because I can't wait. Question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Oh, that's pretty obvious. August 4th, Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer comes out. Yes, I am very much looking forward to that. I can't wait to read Edward's side of the story. It's got to be much less annoying than listening to Bella. Question number 5, biggest disappointment. Biggest disappointment. Oh, I know. All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. Everyone was saying how great this book was, and I wanted it to be great as well for me, but I just did not like it. I think I gave it 2 stars. To me, it was just very confusing. It was told backwards, and I don't know if my brain doesn't work that way. I just wasn't following, and I was completely lost, and by the time we got to like the end/beginning, I didn't understand what happened. Like it's not even in my brain no more. I don't even remember what this was basically about, honestly. Did somebody go missing? I don't even know. But yeah, biggest disappointments. I was looking so forward to loving this book, and so far as well, Megan Miranda just has not done it for me. Biggest surprise. Well, we're gonna go back to All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood, because I would not have thought I was gonna like this book. In fact, I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off to read it, even though I heard such good things about it. I just felt like I wasn't gonna like it. I heard there was some trigger warnings in there that I don't like to read about, but really there's not. It's not like that at all. Not like that. I mean, there is maybe a little bit of verbal child abuse, child neglection, things like that. So if that is a trigger warning for you, then yes, that's there. But it wasn't in the front of the story. It was just kind of in the background, and you just mainly knew about it. But yeah, this was my biggest surprise because I really didn't think I was gonna like it. And Debbie's the one that pushed it in my face, and she's like, you have to read this. You have to, you will love it. And I have. It's become one of my favorite books so far this year. Number 7, favorite new author, debut or new to you. I don't think she's definitely a debut author, but she was definitely new to me. Let me go get the other book. Okay, for me that's gonna be Simone St. James with Broken Girls and Sundown Motel. I have discovered that I love this author, and I need to seek out some other books by her. I'm looking forward to any future books that she puts out, because so far I have been so impressed and loved both of these books so far. So yeah, I definitely want more Simone St. James. Question number 8, newest fictional crush. I don't know. I don't crush as much as I used to, like in, my youngin' days. So I really don't have a good answer for that. One that's fresh in my mind though, because I just finished reading it, so you'll hear about it in my wrap up, and that is Finley and Aiden from Finding Finley by Riley Hart. I just finished this book, and I guess because they're fresh on my mind, but I love them. There's like a 20-year age gap, 19 to 20-year age gap between the two of them, but I just loved them together. I fell in love with Finley. I fell in love with Aiden. I loved them together, and they're still fresh in my mind. And like when I finished the book today, actually like this morning, I haven't even wrote my review on Goodreads yet, but it's still there. And even though I've read a lot of male romance this month, I think they're my favorite. Or once again, Virgin Flyer by Lucy Lennox. I loved Tio and Jack's story so much. So I guess I'll go with that. Question number 9. Newest favorite character. Well, I kind of just answered that in question 8 because Aiden and Finley are my newest favorite characters as of this moment right now. Question number 10. Book that made you cry. Well, I cry a lot anyway. I teared up quite a bit this month because male romances do that to me, especially just because they're a lot of times the character is either kicked out of their home, they're not accepted anywhere, and it's just a sad story, and it hits my heart. I think the most I cried this year was in All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. This book is going to come up a lot, as it seems. Yeah, this is the one I can just remember sobbing over. Question number 11 is book that made you happy. All the books make me happy. But one, of course, All the Ugly and Wonderful Things made me so happy because, just because, I don't want to give it away, but just the forbidden romance in this book and how they were just separated and things sort of wrapped up in the end very nicely, that made me happy. But I think one book that also I can't keep talking about is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. I probably talked my hairdresser's head off about this book. It made me so happy. Just, I loved it. I loved being scared out of my mind. I loved reading about the haunted hotel or motel. I loved flipping back and forth from timelines from 1982 to 2017. This book had it all for me, and it made me happy. Question number 12. Favorite book to film adaptation that you've seen this year? I haven't seen anything. I don't really watch a lot of TV. But I will say this though. It's not a book to movie, but it's sort of connected to this book to movie. I did see Simon versus the Homo sapiens last year, or Love, Simon, I guess. And I read Simon versus the Homo sapiens and went see Love, Simon. And I just finished watching the new Love, Victor on Hulu, and I absolutely adored it. I highly recommend it if you have Hulu, or just if you want to like just get it for I think it's like $5 or $5 or $6 a month, but your first month is free. Just to go watch Love, Victor. I mean, I binged it in one night. Well, no, because I started kind of late. I watched the rest of it like the next morning, but I couldn't get enough of it. And when I was done with it, I wanted more. So it's not necessarily a book to movie adaptation, because I can't give you one, because I don't really go to the movies. I don't watch TV a lot. But I was very interested in this story, and it kind of springs off of Love, Simon. And I read that book, so we're gonna go with that. Question number 13. Favorite review you've written, BookTube or just written? I don't really do a lot of just single book reviews here. I used to when I first started my channel, like before I even know BookTube existed. But if that's something you want me to do, let me know. Something I could consider. But I'll have to say my favorite written, like on Goodreads, that's really hard. I don't know. It'll probably be either out of these two, because these were two of my favorite books. The Sundown Motel and All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. When I really enjoy a book, I can usually spit it out really good. Otherwise, I can't write worth a shit. I am not a writer. I am just a reader. But it's hard for me a lot of times to put my feelings down on paper, and even I can probably do it better talking to y'all, but to actually write it down or type it out, it's really hard. So I don't feel like any of my reviews are really that great. But I know when I feel something for a book, it kind of flows out of me, and I know for sure these two, I experienced that with these two books. So number 14, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received. Most beautiful book. Wow, I don't know. All my books are beautiful. I think all books are beautiful. But as far as like beautiful covers go, I love The Sundown Motel. It's beautifully creepy. I'm so looking forward to reading this, and I think the cover is beautiful. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. All my Book of the Month books are beautiful. I love and cherish all of them. I think this is a beautiful cover. This is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I just got this from Book of the Month. I think all their books, so any Book of the Month book I have is beautiful. But these two just come out as on the top of my head. But I do think I keep going to this one, but I don't know if I bought this one this year or not. I don't remember, but I love the cover. And lastly, out of this disaster of a video, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So many. All of these, all of those that are underneath that plant or fake plant, I want to get to. I have a shelf right here full of books, but I believe so many I want to get to before the end of the year. I think my main focus is my Book of the Month books. I really want to get to those by the end of the year. Of course, one of them is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Home Before Dark. So let's just pick the rest up. Our Kind of Cruelty by Araminta Hall. I don't know if I'm saying that like. Definitely this one. This is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I definitely want to get to that one. In fact, I might read that one before Home Before Dark, just so I can kind of like get all his books in before his latest one. Before She Knew Him. I love this cover, actually. This is a pretty cover. I just got this from Book of the Month, so this is also a very pretty cover. I do want to get to The Chestnut Man too, but man, it's so intimidating. I think that's why I haven't picked it up yet, because it's just so huge. And then The Wives. I still have not read this yet. This is by Taryn Fisher, because I haven't picked it up because I've heard a lot of people say that they didn't like it. It doesn't really have very many good reviews right now. So, but yes, all my Book of the Months I really love to catch up on. And just some other random ones. I really want to get to Ghoster by Jason Ordnop. This is supposedly a horror. And The Girl in 6E by A.R. Tor. These two books have just been staring at me, and I really want to get to them definitely before the end of the year. These two are more in the horror genre, which I've only like tiptoed in. So I really kind of like to incorporate a little bit more horror into my reading, because it intrigues me. I'm very interested in it and see how it makes me feel. So we'll see. All right, y'all, that is it. Thank y'all so much for watching. This has been a very crazy kind of video, and I feel like I'm worn out just running all over my room trying to find books. Now I have to put all these books back in their rightful place. But I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different from what I normally do, but I thought it was fun. I'll probably edit this and be like, what the hell is this? But I'm gonna put it up anyway. It's just for fun. I'll put all the questions down below if you want to go through and maybe do it for yourself, film it for yourself, put it up on your book blog if you have one. Whatever it is, or just answer them and let me know what your answers are in the comments below. We'll talk about it. But all my other things, social medias, join Book of the Month, all those other things, other videos to watch will be all down there in the description box below. So once again, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hugs all around. I hope you're all doing well, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.